If you have done my Hello World lab, I kind of a lot allude to this. This is part of the skeleton. Well, part of it. It's missing the first three lines of the // Processing in C++ comprise of these programming languages that you have. Let me just go briefly. Pound include IOStream, if you recall, that's your preprocessor. You're telling the compiler to load in input-output stream before you execute this program using namespace std. Semicolon allows you to use the cout extractor inline and your semicolon. The int main is like your front door to your program. It's like when you walk up to a house, you gotta know where the front door is to enter. What the compiler looks for is the int main function. Well, this is known as the function, is when you put left parentheses and right parentheses. So curly brackets, left curly brackets, right curly brackets with it. Cout is a reserved word that actually outputs it to the screen, and you're returning is a 0 or false in this case with it. So the output for this program you have is my first C++ program. Now I want to make sure you understand a couple of things. In programming language, there are three things that you need to be aware. One, every programming language has reserved words. If you took this program, you went into our Visual Studio, all the reserved words are colored. Okay, in this case it's blue. The other one that it is that you notice every programming language has a beginning and ending. In this case, it has the left and the right. That's the beginning and ending. Okay. The third one is every case is programming language is case sensitive, whether it's uppercase or lowercase. It's two different things. C++ and Java is case sensitive. Please note, understand that programming languages such as HTML is not. HTML tags is not case sensitive. So when you start to study programming language, be able to switch in multiple languages. Okay. Alright, I'm going to move on to the next slide. What happens when you execute a program? I mean, you have the source code in the program. If you remember our lab, what was that? We create a file called main.cpp. Preprocessor begins with a pound sign. The compiler, alright, follows your specific instruction and translates down to the machine level, which is the object program for this. Okay, so I just want to let you know that what's the main function of the compiler. Okay. Well, when you linker, loader, these are very, very important. I mean, when you develop software for the operating system, in this case is the Windows operating system, you have to install what's called the Windows SDK. There's a lot of variables when you start to develop software. You need the Windows SDK, Visual Studio. You also need the framework as well. So multiple variables out there to use. But to execute a C++ program, you need to have the linker, the loader, okay, and the loader allows you to actually load into the main memory. That's very important. Linker allows you to combine other objects in the program with other program provided by the SDK to create the executable code. So it links all of that. Remember that we have your .cpp linker with you compile it, it generates the executable. Okay. This is a wonderful picture. I want to shed light on this thing. There are about 6 steps that's going on here. And if you look at your editor, you write your code. The preprocessor in this case is what? Pound include IOStream. You compile this thing, and if you didn't type any syntax errors from lowercase, uppercase, semicolon, curly brackets, you leave. If you did what you're supposed to be doing, then there's no syntax errors. If you do, then you go back to the editor, you follow step 1, 2, 3. If not, you come down here to the linker, loader, and then you have your executable with it as well. In Visual C++, please remind you that the executable is stored in the debug directory. Okay, so I'm going to stop this right now.